We doing it up in style.
Hey, guys. I got beer. On?
Duh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just hand it to him.
I'll just hand it to him.
No, I mean, unfortunately, I would have to change too many little things throughout season one, and it would cost too much money, and I'd rather just give that money to a few more CGI shots in Supergirl. But I think that it was, I think that we deal with it. We say canon is really Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker season 2. I love for people to watch season 1. But obviously, we're changing that one thing, but we're not going to go back and reshoot all of it for season 1. At least not at this point.
No.
At some point, I would love to Lucas the shit out of it, but right now, I don't have the money. I think that for me, it isn't so much about a multiverse story. It's more about an alternate world story, and it goes back to it's a literary device that I like in Philip Roth's Counter Life, or in the book Replay, or where we were confronted with a character who is in this case it's a much more contemplative situation than you would see like in a multiverse story like Deadpool and Wolverine, where there's 1,000 crazy Deadpools. This is not about the craziness. This is about Christopher Smith confronting the loss of the thing he never had. Which is a brother, an adult that he could grow old with, and a father who loves him, and being able to and being a hero, and seeing what life would be like. Maybe it was just a little bit different, but different completely. I think people have come to expect Peacemaker's extremes, so it's okay. I mean, I'm trying to really be careful and warn everyone that it is a continuation of Superman, but it's also for adults. I think that's important, and we have it before the show. I talk about it all the time. But I think it was, was it important to show? I don't know. I just think that it's a moment. It's a truthful moment where Peacemaker is sort of relapsing. He's sort of falling back into old behaviors because he's not getting what he wants. He's rejected by Harcourt. He's rejected by the Justice Gang. And so he reverts to covering up his feelings in the way he did before season 1, which is through, drugs and alcohol and sex. And but we get to see it in action as opposed to him just talking about everything off screen.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked and surprised to be asked in my 50s to play a superhero character. I did not think that was going to happen. And I did go into full panic mode because I basically was asked, look, we're going to need you to get in the best shape of your life to do this. And we have a small window of time to get there. Are you on board? Do you want to do that? And so once I finally decided I was going to do it, then I was in the grind of getting there physically. But joining this group with these people who, I've known a lot of them. I mean, I've known James for 20 years. I did a movie with Freddie 10 years ago. Like 7 years ago, we all did Brightburn together with James, and I met Steve Agee and Jen. So there was a familiarity there that was already in place when I showed up. So that was really, really nice. But yeah, I was over the moon to be part of it, Well, it's clear the trauma that he experienced, Peacemaker, as a child, with having this racist, horrible father influence, forcing them to fight, and him killing his older brother, who was his protector, who's the only guy who really had his back. And that trauma carries with him his whole life. So in this alternate universe, to be able to go into this place where it's the complete opposite, it's like it's almost healing his trauma, and making him more of a whole person by having that experience. And it's just tragic then to see what he could have been like if things were different. You know, I love that James is playing with that nature versus nurture kind of thing. Well, that's the beauty of James Gunn's work, right? He has a show that has the gamut of all those emotions. You have very broad comedy, dark comedy, and you have, you know, drama and intense action and stuff. And then you have these very sweet, tender, emotional scenes. I mean, I was a fan of John's. I don't know that I've ever seen him have to be this vulnerable in other roles, but I was blown away when we were shooting those scenes. He was really, really giving and allowed himself to be so vulnerable, and it was really beautiful to watch. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It's great joining the fray, and you know, it was great coming from Creature Commandos because I felt like there was a knowing, you know, and then the cast was amazing and very welcoming, and yeah, it was a very easy kind of transition being the new kid on the block, and there was a couple of new kids on the block, and it was kind of seamless, and I got right into it. I mean, we got right into the crux of what this guy is here for. And it's been fantastic.
I was very scared to come in, not only because I was new on the show and they were already like a family together, but also because my character, you know, orders them to do things and like tells them what to do. And they're grown-ass men and they're intimidating, and he is so tall. And Tim is intimidating as well. But it was a blast. Like, the good surprise of it was that everything was like the opposite of like the fear that I had of like, oh my God, I'm new, like are they gonna like me? Like, am I gonna be able to do my job as the character? And it was such a pleasant surprise. Everyone's so fun to be around, and they're amazing actors, and they're very giving on set, and we have a lot of fun on set.
Were you nervous your first day?
Hell yeah! I had a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, he's not unlike me. The character's not unlike me. James writes him very well in my own voice. So, you know, when I'm reading the scripts, it's very relatable. You know, I have very few questions for James when we actually start shooting. You know, the reactions that Economos have aren't unlike how I would react in real life. You know, I wouldn't want to work for a horrible person like Rick Flag Sr. and betray my friends. But being a creature of habit, this is my job. I go here every day. I work with tech, and that's how I just want to stay in my bubble. I don't want to betray my friends, but on one side of it, I can use all this info to help keep my friends alive and out of, you know, danger.
I think Peacemaker and Adebayo have a beautiful relationship. They have a lot of things They have a lot of things that are similar when it comes to dealing with their parents, and so they just understand each other on another level. I think when we get to season 2, you know, as every friendship happens, sometimes you don't always see eye to eye. So I think we'll definitely have those moments where we're a little confused on where the relationship stands, but ultimately, you know, she's his number one ride or die, especially over Vigilante. So, whatever.
He's definitely he's ready for Chris to call him at any moment. But I do think it might not necessarily be because he's not getting as much from Chris. I think he also had the experience of season 1, and I think he may think like, hey, this is maybe my tribe, and so that's why he's working that friendship with Economos. I remember you had that scene when we had the nurses and I was gonna kill them.
Oh man!
And I think there was a moment there where I think Economos and I had some like a back and forth that Vigilante thought was banter, but it wasn't. He's like, that was really good. Not as good as Peacemaker, but good. So I think that seed was probably planted then, and now he's trying to work that friendship, and he can't wait to party on the roof with everyone. I think he's that guy who thinks he's now in that friendship group.
You are though.
Yeah, but he's like, he thinks he's seen normally. He feels seen. I think so. I'm not entirely sure what it is. James was just telling me about it and at the beginning, and we're just talking about how funny it was. I think it's probably an element of he thinks that that's conversation and people want to talk about that stuff, and I think it's probably insecurity about being able to hold a room or be intelligent or whatever else. It's just his weird way of trying to communicate with people, I think. Or play games. I think it's also him wanting to play games. He's like, well, this is what people do, right? Let's ask questions about animals.